Welcome to the SolidPlant 2014 demo. This demo I'll be showing you some of the routing features that SolidPlant offers. We have several features that assist you in creating your pipe routes. We can assign length, change pipe sizes, and several other things. These are very common functionalities in pipe design software, and so of course SolidPlant has them. The first thing we'll begin with is I will select this pipe segment here. I'm going to change the length of it using the Assign Length tool. This tool is located on the routing toolbar. We simply click it, our dialog box pops up, and I will enter 500 and click Apply. And very quickly, SolidPlant will reroute the line so that my pipe section is indeed 400 in length. On this section here, I want to dimension it so that it is at a certain distance away from this beam beneath it. I will click on the Elevation Pipe Move feature. Move this to see better. We'll select that top face. You'll see that our reference diagram indicates I have a choice. I will pick the bottom of the pipe, and then in the Z box I will enter a distance of 200, and then I click OK on the confirmation corner. This will then move my pipe so that the bottom of the pipe is 200 from that face. I can use the same feature for vertical pipes. So I select my pipeline, click on my function. I'll then click on my face, and as you can see, my diagram appears differently with a right and left. In this case, I want to leave it with the center referenced. I'll change my dimension to 500. And when I click OK on my confirmation corner, the pipeline will be rebuilt, as you can see. Now I will come down to this section of my pipe route. We have some items that belong to this pipe route. We have a valve and a strainer that will go in, and I'll be showing you how to place those. If we look in our Add Valve pop-up box, this appeared from the Smart Route function that we used to create this route in a previous demo. I can select on this valve here and read the information below. We can see that it's a gate valve, 3 size, and have the tag. And I can use my middle mouse button. I will simply drag that onto my pipeline, and it will mate in place. I pretty much want that where it is, so I'll simply click Default Location, and it will stay where I've drug it into the pipe. And in just a few moments, that will be rebuilt. First, we will get a Select Component pop-up box. Because there are multiple valves in the specification of that size and type, we get the Select Component dialog box. So we've selected the valve we want and then hit OK, and it rebuilds. Now in this section, we have a strainer. I'm going to use a slightly different technique to place this strainer. In the lower section of the piping manager, you can see our piping manager includes our specification, our pipe size, other information, options related to creating your route. We have our strainer. Now I can simply drag this strainer into my pipeline from this lower window, once again using the middle mouse button. And there, you can see that I can drag that quite easily in. And it mates up, and we get the same insert point dialog box. In this case, I want the strainer positioned at the valve face. At the flange face. And here you can see that my start point highlighted. That point does indeed highlight. So that's where the strainer will be moved to. We have to assign a tag to this strainer, so all of our available tags are in the drop list. We set OK. And the pipe route is rebuilt with the strainer at the point we had selected. Our flanges are placed. Our bolts are placed. Gaskets are in place. One thing we don't like here is our runoff for our strainer is pointing toward the pump So we want to rotate that. So we select our strainer, go to our rotate component box, and we'll hit the flip button, and this will flip our strainer end over end. So it's just how we want it. And we close that dialog box. Now for this section, I'm going to show you the SolidPlant pipe support. Pipe support is on the routing toolbar. We click on the pipe support function and our dialog box appears. In our dialog box we have several types of pipe supports available. You can see we have shoes, rings, hangers, tees, basic ones. As before, using the middle mouse button, we simply drag our pipe support onto our pipe segment. It will automatically mate up and rebuild. And in the lower section of our pipe support box, we can see that information for that support. We hit our next button and we get to our editing screen. This gives us a page of dimensions and options we can set for our pipe support, and I will set the length to 200 here, and you can see the pipe support rebuild. I can close that and I go back to my place pipe support box. Decided I don't like this one, so I will right click and select replace, and SolidPlant will automatically rebuild the pipe support with the one I would prefer. Once again, we hit the next button. This takes us to our edit screen. I can set my length once again. In this case, I will set it to 300, hit my rebuild button, and we have a nice little pipe support placed there for that section. If I zoom out to a larger view, here you can see our pipe support down on the bottom. Routing, SolidPlant 2014.